As BC kicks off with an 18-mile-an-hour wind at their back.
Jones and Bryant.
Deep is Dee Bryant. He's number 21. And Clarence Jones will be number 40. They're on the goal line, and they expect that ball to go to the goal line or beyond with the wind at the back of Snow, who will boot it off.
Kirk, you notice that every team that wins the coin toss against Boston College does not select to give Boston the ball in the first half. They want the ball right away because they don't want to get behind Boston College. Army wants to get ahead first.
And a wishbone attack, of course, when you're behind and you don't throw very well, or you're not used to throwing, it's very hard to play catch-up because you've got to grind it out. 4, 5, 6, that takes time to move down the field unless you break a big. Kevin Snow is going to kick it off. They'll have to hold it because of the wind. So here we go, BC Army. This kick is coming to Bryant, and he's going to down it for a touchback. Army will have the ball first down on their 20-yard line. Let's take a look now at the Army offense. Quarterback is very important in this attack. He's a runner as well as a passer. And it's Nate Sassaman, number 11. Hollingsworth starts at back, replacing Lampley, who's injured, and the other back is Dee Bryant. Doug Black is the fullback, the leading ground gainer. Spellman is the split end, and Dickerson is the tight end. Heineman, McDermott, Rice, Smith, and Woolfolk up front. It's a big offensive line, by the way.
The quarterback has 3 cracked ribs, so they're going to be watching him very closely.
He keeps the ball, spins forward, and gets a couple of yards. And he's hit by Peter Holy, number 36, the linebacker. It'll be second down coming. Here's the defense. Nickerson is playing in place of the injured David Thomas today at left end. Harrington's at left tackle. All-American Mike Ruth at nose guard. John Bose is at right tackle. Chuck Gorecki is the right end. A freshman coming along. Romanowski's a linebacker with Peter Holy. We'll give you the secondary in a minute. Second down, 8. Army on their 22. Fullback fumbles the ball. It looks like BC has it. Right on it is David Pereira, the strong safety. The hit by Scott Harrington. And Boston College has the ball on the Army 20-yard line. The first turnover.
The one thing that the Army did not want to do for Boston College is turn it over early in their territory, give the ball to Flutie. You heard the coach, Jim Young, saying what we have to do is keep Doug Flutie and that offense of Boston College on the bench. A good hit, big break for Boston College, and right now they're on the 20-yard line.
All right, they line up with only one back behind Flutie. In motion is Ken Bell, the halfback. He's going to throw on first down. He throws it to Bell. It's a screen. Bell's at the 20, to the 15, to the 14-yard line. And he's brought down there by number 27, Doug Pavick, the strong safety of Army. Bell broke 171 yards last week against Penn State. He's playing in place of the injured Stratford. Flutie's the quarterback. Bell's the tailback. Strahan's the fullback. Kelvin Martin and Gerard Phelan are the wide receivers, and Scott Gieselman's the tight end. And there's the interior line. On the 14 is 2nd and 4 for Boston College. Army's stunning around. The pitch goes to Bell. Kenny Bell sweeping wide, has a first down, and he's to the 7 or 8 yard line. He's hit and brought down by Jim Gentili, linebacker, and Bob Silver in the secondary. And the cadets on defense. Allen at end, Sears, Olsis the nose guard, Jennings the best player, the tackle, Gutierrez. Big game against the Air Force last week. Baptiste and Gentili are the linebackers. The secondary, Griffin, Pavick, Thompson, McKelvey. First down, goal to go. Boston College on the 8-yard line of Army. Kenny Bell again. Slices off. He's banged at the 7. He's hit hard there. Number 43 came up on him. That's Marty Baptiste, the linebacker, who knocked him. A little help from a couple of other teammates. It's still on the 7-yard line. It is second down and 7 to go for a Boston College touchdown. Army sends some players in a goal line defense.
They're anticipating throwing right now. They sent some defensive backs in. They figured that Flutie's going to go to the air. I would think that's a pretty good thought, too.
Sean Dabrowski is in that game, replacing Phelan and Darren Flutie. Doug's young brother, a freshman, is in there now.
Blitz is on.
Got the blitz on, and Flutie unloads it, and it's tipped. It's tipped there by number
Jim Jennings, number 93. Wow, if he hadn't tipped that ball, two things. Had he tipped it up in the air and caught it, he would have had clear sailing down the sidelines. But the blitz was coming after. There they are, going after Doug Flutie. He's going out here at a little old sideline. 93 Jennings gets his hands on the ball, but he was going out to Strahan out there. And had he gotten the football, there was nobody around him. He could have scored.
Third down, 7 for a touchdown. Boston College on the Army 7. Kelvin Martin and Phelan, the two top receivers, are back in now for Boston College. Bell goes in motion. And the pass is complete, and Bell spun out of bounds on the 3-yard line by Bob Silver, number 19 from Sayville, New York, a senior. Now what do you do here? 4th and 3 for a touchdown.
I think they're going to kick it. They'll kick it, get some points on the board. That was a good play by Silver because he had the halfback, Bell, all by himself, man-to-man. Bell lined up on the left side and went in motion to the right, hoping to catch him, not moving or not adjusting to the motion, but Army did a good job on that play.
This is going to be a 20-yard field goal attempt. Snow has booted 7 out of 10 this year. In fact, we have 2 excellent field goal kickers in this game. Army has a great one. And Stopa. 20-yard field goal attempt with the win. And now all kinds of motion up there in the neutral zone.
Trapillo says it was them. Of course, West Point is pointing the finger at Boston College. But it looks like it's going to go against the Army. This could change the thinking now.
Legal procedure, that's encroachment. Army across, made contact in the neutral zone. The player tried to jump back.
At half the distance to the goal line, which would put it
1.5 line. Now they're looking to the sideline of Boston College. And I think BC wants a timeout. Boston College has asked for a timeout.
Illegal procedure. The white, still 4th down.
Doug Flutie's over on the sideline. I'm sure what he's doing, he's pleading his case to Jack Bicknell, the coach, saying, hey, wait a minute, coach, I can get it in there. Don't worry about it. We'll get 6 instead of 3.
Now they come back on the field with the ball on just inside the 2-yard line with 4th down, and they're not going to try a field goal. They're going into an I formation. They have Strahan and Bell in the I. 4th down. They give it to Bell. Bell is hit and dropped. He stopped at the 3-yard line for a loss, and Army held Boston College. They had a 1st and 7 for a touchdown as Doug Pavick made that stop. And by the way, Jim Jennings, as we told you, probably the best defensive player in the Army front 5, limped off the field in the previous play. We'll see what happens with him.
He went to the locker room and maybe x-raying, but Pavick really made a good stop. And I think maybe that's a situation we think about when you have an opportunity to get some points and there isn't any score on the board. Take the points first. Go for the 3.
All right, we have no score. Army runs the wishbone straight ahead. Scott Harrington and Mike Ruth making the stop in the middle of the Boston College line. A 3-yard gain. It's on the Army 6, 2nd down 7. Doug Black, the fullback, carried the ball that time.
But I'm sure that on that last situation that Bicknell felt that if you didn't make the touchdown, still you're going to have them in terrible field position down here.
They have a 2nd and 7, Army. The fullback, Deep Bryant, 2nd man through. It's a tricky offense to follow. The first fake or give can go to that fullback on a quick hitter. Then you can throw a give to a dive. That's a dive tackle. A halfback is diving off tackle. Or the quarterback can keep the ball and run it. He reads the defensive end. If he charges the quarterback, then he pitches out to a trailing halfback.
And the secret is you got to have a quarterback with quick feet and quick hands. You got to make the right decision.
3rd down and 2 for Army. That's Black. Bryant again. Do they stop him? They may have.
I think they did.
Boza and Iton.
What it is, when you run the ball all the time, defensively, you could put about 8 people up near that line of scrimmage and play the run. And you'll have they'll have a man, his responsibility is one of those ball carriers. For example, somebody's responsible for the fullback, somebody's responsible for the quarterback, somebody's responsible for the trailing halfback.
All right, they have to punt against the wind. Dave Grash, he's averaged just under 40 yards a kick. He boots it out, and Wynn holds it up. A fair catch by Kelvin Martin on the Army 38-yard line. Fumble. And Army may have the ball. A fumble by Martin, and Army recovers it. So now they'll have much better field position. The punt that looked like it'd be a deficit against the wind turns out to be a weapon for
Now
them.
you stop and wonder, should we have taken the 3 points when we had the opportunity to take them? That time, that wind was really a factor. You mentioned the wind today, and it is blowing 18 miles an hour, probably gusting up to 25. That time that ball got hung up there, and it was very difficult to catch.
Each team has had a turnover. Boston College failed to take advantage of their first turnover of Army. They had the ball on the Army 20 and failed to score. The keeper, he banged around. He stopped Sassaman. Tony Thurman, the weak safety, not very weak on that tackle. But he came up to make the hit. He leads the nation. He has 3 cracked ribs, by the way. You can see the padding, the special gear he has on with 3 cracked ribs he's playing today. He didn't play against the Air Force last week.
Well, he played just, I think, 1 or 2 series in that ball game. They wanted to keep him out, but one good shot, you know, could put him on the sideline.
Second down, 9 for Army on their 39. Again, the keeper, Sassaman, runs the ball, squirts out of there, and crosses the 50 to Boston College's 49. A 12-yard gain, and Army will have their first down of the game.
What they are doing defensively, Boston College, what Boston College is doing, they are forcing the quarterback to run the football. They are making sure that they take care of the trail man. He does not have anybody to pitch to. So they're saying, okay, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat us with the quarterback running with the football.
And they line up in that wishbone. Keeper again. Sassaman fakes the pitch, piles forward, and is to the 39 of Boston College, where Peter Holy, the linebacker, had to take him. Takes perfect timing as they go down that line of scrimmage. He is a leading ground gainer of any quarterback in Division I football, by the way, this season, because of his running ability and the type of attack he's running out. Put it on the BC 40, and they have a second down and a yard to go. But it takes perfect timing when to pitch it or not. The fullback, Black, carries it for a first down to the Boston College 38. Mike Ruth, the nose guard, and Peter Holy, the linebacker, teamed up to make that tackle.
Army's able to do now what they want to do going into this football game. They are controlling that football, keeping Flutie and the Boston College offense on the bench, and if they don't stop them, particularly on first down, they've got to force Army to put the football in the air.
Benny White is the only wide receiver out. He's out to the top of the screen. First down, Army on the BC 38. That is Bill Lampley, who has just come into the game. He's injured a bit, but he's able to play, and he's in there, and he goes to the 33-yard line of Boston College.
That was a misdirection play. The quarterback started down the line to his left. That left halfback came around to the right side. They're hoping to catch Boston College really pursuing, really chasing.
Hollingsworth and Dee Bryant are now the halfback. Black is the short man, the fullback. 2nd and 5. The keeper by the quarterback finds a hole, crosses the 30, gets to the 29. It doesn't look like much, but every play is 4 or 5 yards.
Well, he's averaging 4.8 yards every time he carries the football. That's exceptional for any ball carrier. I think particularly a quarterback who's going down that line of scrimmage, a lot of times, if you get penetration, you're going to nail him before he has an opportunity to make any types of decision. You also notice they don't take a whole lot of time up there on that ball. There's no checkoff system here. He gets up and bang, here away they go.
Third down, a yard to go for Army. Keeper again. He'll have the first down. He rolls to the 26th of Boston College, where the freshman Bill Romanowski from Vernon, Connecticut tackled him. Romanowski had 13 tackles as a freshman last week against Penn State, and he's earned his way now into a starting position. They think he's going to be a great one here at Boston College.
Good thing he made that tackle, Kurt, because if he hadn't made that tackle, there was nobody else out there.
First down, Army. Boston College 26. No score, first period. Army playing ball control. Black. Doug Black, the fullback. Quite a story on him. Short yardage there. He was cut as a plebe off the team. He played intramural ball for 2 years. Came back last year with reserve. Finally fought his way into a starting position. And this year he leads the team in ball carrying 720 yards. He has a 4-yard average per carry.
Also, the young man was a wrestler. He decided while he was wrestling, he found out he was a very tough individual.
Second down, 8 for Army. Look at him skip away. They get him at the 15, maybe the 14. Nate Sassaman from Portland, Oregon, a senior, who, as Len told you, has averaged 4.8 yards a carry as a quarterback this year. He is a ball carrier more than a passing quarterback.
Well, I'll say this about that young man. He is tough. Now, he has 3 cracked ribs. Now, he has that flak jacket on, as you pointed out earlier, but he has been taking some pretty good shots out there. So I guess that's a good testament to the type of equipment that he's using.
Well, you can sense it, Lenny. Army's primed for this game. Black slashes to the 10-yard line. Hit by Tony Thurman, the weak safety, and Neil Eisen, the right cornerback of Boston College. But they keep moving that ball. Boston College has been vulnerable to the run. Rutgers ran on them right here in this field, and Penn State ran on them down at Penn State. So they have not been able to stop the run in recent games.
Well, if you recall that Rutgers game, the second half really belonged to Rutgers because they maintained ball control. Boston College, though, is the type of team that can hit you in a hurry.
Second down 6. They put a halfback out in a wing, a little change of formation now. The keeper, there he's got it. He's at the 5. He's to the 1. Nate Sassaman hit by Tony Thurman. Thurman saved the touchdown, and Army has first and goal to go on the Boston College 1-yard line.
And here it is with this wishbone offense down on the goal line. You're going to see the quarterback carrying. He fakes it into the fullback. Now outside, Thurman takes a look at him. He took away the pitch man, so the quarterback was forced to run with the football. But when you've got a good running quarterback, eventually you got to put somebody on him.
Army's at 11. There's their 12th straight running play. They've got a touchdown with Doug Black piling over his 8th touchdown of the year. A very impressive drive by the Army. They went 62 yards, 12 running plays. No pretense about it. We're coming at you. We're on the ball. We're on the ground. And try and stop us. There's Doug Black going over.
Most of the yardage on that drive could be a credit to the quarterback, Sasser. Did a great job making the right decision.
Topa's boot is up, and it's good. This year he has kicked 18, now 19 out of 22 points after touchdown. Well, there's a timeout of the field. With the score, Army 7 and Boston College nothing. We'll be right back. This is the Cat Sports Network. Authorized under broadcasting rights granted by Cat Sports, intended solely for the entertainment of its audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or publication without the express written consent of Cat Sports is prohibited. Well, we've got something brewing here today. BC's off to a terrible start. They recovered a fumble on the Army 20. They went to the 7, had 1st and 7 to go for a touchdown. They couldn't punch it over in 3 plays. Then the Army was penalized with a yard and a half on a 4th down offside, and BC changed its mind about going for a field goal, went for the run and was stopped. Then they fumbled a punt, gave the ball to Army. Army just marched 62 yards. They squib it down the field. Take it on the 24th, to the 25, to the 30, and up to the 35-yard line goes Boston College. And that's Cascarillo, a tight end and a reserve fullback today.
The quarterback in that last drive, the 62-yard drive, accounted for 49 yards in that touchdown drive. So Boston College, when they get back on defense, they're going to have to figure out some way to stop the quarterback.
Well, this is the first wishbone team they played since they went against Auburn in the Tangerine Bowl year before last. And they can't seem to solve those options. The quarterback's got big gaps. They don't know how to take him. Flutie on 1st down. Rolling out, throws a short one and over the head of number 33, Steve Strahan, the fullback. Flutie's 0 for 2 now.
Well, they did complete the first screen pass.
Yeah, the screen, but it didn't go for much. 1 for 3. There's his season's average, 52 and 2% in completions. That's his career. All right. He's got 59% for the season. Bell and Strahan got a full house backfield right now.
He's checking off.
Checking off. He's in a shotgun. 2nd down. He throws it wide open. It's Phelan just out of the reach of Gerard Phelan. He was wide open. Ball just a little overthrown to him.
Yes, it was. And get in the shotgun type of offense. Look at the secondary, and you can see them taking off. The deep ones are going deep outside. Now, here comes the tight end down the middle. He gets the attention of the lower man on your screen, but you can see way on the outside that defensive back did not get deep outside. The ball was not on target. Otherwise, it would have been a big completion.
3rd down and 10. Dombrowski goes in the game. 3rd-string wide receiver. Darren Flutie, a freshman receiver's in. And that toss wide open. Dombrowski has the ball at the 30 and is down to the 27 of Army. A flag is down, however. And somebody was going in motion there, and I wonder if they went illegally in motion.
Well, that was a good read by Doug Flutie. He's taking a look outside here. He had his brother curling to the inside, but then Dombrowski went to the outside, and once again, those defensive backs, he's stretching out to that zone. The defensive backs have to get out there. Now, here you're taking a look. You're going to see that Doug Flutie's brother, Darren's coming to the inside. Now, here, way to the outside where the zone, this man in the middle of the screen now coming to the outside, the bottom part of your screen, is not getting to where he was supposed to get. He didn't get to the deep outside. Dombrowski was wide open. What Doug Flutie is doing, he is really stretching out that zone, and if those people do not play where they're supposed to in that zone, he's going to pick them up.
Army was holding. Boston College, of course, declined it. 1st down, Boston College on the Army 28. That's Kenny Bell. He piles forward to the Army 24, maybe the 23. Depends where the official marks it down. And Marty Baptiste, the left linebacker, made the stop for Army.
I think we see talking about Doug Flutie and how quickly he can hit. He missed a pass on the right sideline. He came right back to the left sideline, hit his man perfectly for a big gain, and now they're down in field goal range.
Now they're shuttling players in and out Boston College. Phelan, Martin, the 2 starting wide receivers are in. Jeff Oliver goes in, replacing Mark McDonald at right tackle. Strahan will be the lone setback. On 2nd and 5. Throws. He's got him inside the 5. Great strike there. Martin caught the ball. Kelvin Martin, who has scored 6 touchdowns this year, nearly had his 7th. It's on the 1-yard line. Boy, Havoc and Silver converged to hit him.
Take a look at this throw. Take a look at the arm of Doug Flutie. Moving forward, here he comes, and the velocity is terrific. A good tight spiral coming right down, and a good catch by Martin. Almost slips into the end zone. And once again, that was Doug Flutie. He really picked up that receiver well and got him the ball in a hurry. 1st and goal to go, and diving for the score. Straight ahead is Strahan. Steve Strahan, the fullback. So Boston College comes right back and takes it 72 yards. Well, here it is. Nothing fancy. Army did the same thing, just straight over by the fullback, up, and over. You notice both arms are securely wrapped around that football. The one thing that Strahan does not want to do down there is cough up the football. But there he is, Doug Flutie, and we mentioned he can make things happen in a big, big hurry. That's why Jim Young wants to keep him on the sideline.
Kevin Snow's kick has tied the game with 4:11 to go in the 1st period. So Army has marched 62. BC has marched 72. And there's the score with a timeout, all tied up. Surrounding countryside here at Chestnut Hill, Boston College. And kicking off will be Kevin Snow. His boot coming down. It is into the end zone and out for a touchback. Army's ball, 1st down on the Army 20.
That ball looked like it was going to be short of the goal line. That wind got a hold of it, blew clear into the end zone. Looking at times of possession. Now, when Army scored, they took 5 minutes and 7 seconds to go in and score from 62 yards out. Flutie got in there in 1 minute 22 seconds. He's into the end zone. So I guess both teams are doing what they want to do. Army maintaining control of that football and eventually scoring, and Flutie getting his hands on it, going for a quick touchdown.
That's Hollingsworth, Jarvis Hollingsworth, on a dive tackle play off the Wishbone offense. He gets to the 26, and he runs into Chuck Gorecki. Georgia and Florida, 7-0 Florida, 1st period. Maryland, Miami of Florida. Miami of Florida leading Maryland in the Orange Bowl 7-0, and Tulane ahead of Pittsburgh 3-0 in the first period. Healy now is in at quarterback, number 7. I wonder if Sassaman has re-injured those ribs, those 3 cracked ribs.
I noticed that when the one time he was hit down there, when he made a gain of about 8 or 10 yards, the expression on his face indicated that he was hurting.
Brilliant on that drive, Lenny,
yes,
running the option. Carried most of the yardage himself on the 62-yard drive. 3rd down. Army has 2 to go on their own 28-yard line. A tie game, 7-all. He pitches out, and they're short of the first down, I believe. That was Dee Bryant, number 21. Andy Hemmer, the linebacker, drove him out, number 81. About a half-yard short where they've lined up. They went out of bounds. Fourth down and a half-yard to go. And here comes the punting team on. Dave Grash from Columbus, Indiana. A junior to be doing the punting. Kelvin Martin is a safety man. He fumbled the last punt by Army and gave the ball over to Army, and they started their touchdown drive. It's a low kick. Martin fields it on his 40. Up the middle, 45, breaks loose, 50, into Army territory to the Army 48-yard line.
Excellent field position for Boston College.
We have 2:53 to play in the first period, and the score is Army 7, Boston College 7. Earlier we mentioned that the Army right tackle Jim Jennings had limped off the field, but he's back in there now, and Army will need him. He'll be number 93. Boston College's ball on the Army 48 with a first down. BC quickly struck for a touchdown the last time they had the ball on passing and then a 1-yard run. Here's a delayed draw. Kenny Bell tripped up and dropped at the Army 47-yard line. And right on him there. Coming up to hit him is Pavic and Rob Ulsis, the nose guard.
Pavic really is a good, hard-hitting safety man. He's also a man that they love to throw at the quarterback and blitz a lot. So he'll be a guy that'll be going after Doug Flutie in passing situations.
Kenny Bell, Steve Strahan are the backs. 2nd down, 9. Boston College on the Army 47. Bell going in motion. Right to Gieselman, the tight end. A first down, Gieselman. Scott Gieselman of Western Massachusetts has been hampered by a dislocated thumb most of the year. In fact, I think he's looking at it now. And he's been trying to catch the ball in the belly instead of with his hands. And now he's much more adept at catching it in his hands.
Flutie almost put it through him. He didn't have to worry about his hands because look at that bang right on the numbers. You can take a look at the secondary. They had 8 people back there. They had only 3 men rushing the quarterback. Getting back in the zone, Gieselman found the area. Flutie got him the football.
Slot right formation. Strahan to the 20 and is rolled out of bounds on the 17 of Army. Steve Strahan, Burlington, Massachusetts, a senior. Good, steady performer. Averaged 4.9 yards a carry.
He got a good block from his offensive left guard, number 63, Mark Bardwell, on that play. Kicked out the cornerback, enabled him to, Strahan to jump back to the inside and pick up good yardage.
Let's see, are they going to measure this? Officials are calling time. Darren Flutie, a freshman, that's Doug Flutie's little brother, comes on, and going out is Gerard Phelan. And Sean Dombrowski is also in the game, 44. They go 3 deep in receivers, Boston College.
Well, they love it. Receivers really love to play with this young man because he gets everybody the football. He can read defenses very well. And you know if you run your pass routes the way that they're supposed to be run and you happen to be the open man, he's going to get you the football. Flutie is not the type of quarterback that just, looks for one receiver. He's reading the defenses back there. I think we'll take a look at him during the course of this game and see that he's looking at defensive players. He's freezing defensive players by looking at them, and he'll get the ball to the open man.
I don't know what's going on there. They're trying to measure. This is the longest measurement I've ever seen.
This is only...
Oh, the chain must have come off one of the sticks. Less than a yard to go. It's second down. They're on the Army 17, Boston College. Second down and about, a half yard to go. Flutie now is 5 out of 8, 91 yards. Off to a slow start. He's really picked up momentum, though, in the last 3 or 4 passes. That's a first down by Strahan as he rumbles over the 15 to the 13, where he's tackled by Jim Jennings, the right tackle of Army.
Kurt, I think you could take a look at that last picture and see where the linebackers are located. They're about 2-3 yards off the line of scrimmage. They're playing pass first, run second. That's why in that situation like that, it's not that difficult to pick up a first down. But Flutie has their attention back in the secondary.
That was Tony Thurman you saw on the telephone talking to his defensive coach upstairs. In the I formation, Bell is the tailback. And he has the pitch. And he's brought down on the 12-yard line of Army by Jim Gentile, the linebacker from Satellite Beach, Florida. He had 11 tackles against the Air Force last Saturday night, intercepted a pass, and caused a fumble.
They did a good job on first down then. 1-yard gain, putting Flutie in the situation where he's, in all probability, going to put the football up in the air. And Jim Young really has done an outstanding job at all the schools that he's coached. Of course, I went to Purdue University, and I followed his career very closely there, where he did an outstanding job.
Second down, 9. BC on the Army 12. They blitz him. There's a touchdown to Gieselman. Gieselman was just standing on the goal line.
Defensive back fell down in the end zone. No one was there. I said he'll find the open man, and he's going to find the open man on this situation. Here he is coming, looking at Gieselman is there all by himself. As you can see, the defensive man fell on the ground, easily gets into the end zone.
Scott Gieselman.
Here are the linebackers. Now, you can see them. They're taking a look. The linebacker is really flying out of there, and a little push. They could come back and say that was offensive interference. No wonder he went to the ground. Gieselman pushed him there.
No. Bobble, he tries to boot it up there, and it's no good. They blew the extra point, mainly on the snap and the place down. Couldn't handle the snap properly. And now Flutie's talking to his brother. 13-7, Boston College in the lead. He's broken Red Harris's 9-game touchdown passing record. That's his 19th in 9 games this year.
Flutie's going to go after the all-time passing record today. He only needs 231 yards. And the way he's going right now, he's going to get it.
He may have a lot more than that one. Bryant Jones is deep. Snow squibs it down the field, and it skips through the end zone for a touchback. Army has the ball They'll be glad to get out of this side of the field and over to the other one in another 37 seconds. They'll have the wind at their back, and it won't affect their running game much, but if they want to throw some, why, they can do it.
Sassaman is back at the quarterback position for Army coming into the game. He took a breather that last series, and I'm sure that he's hurting. You know, he accounted for most of the yardage in the touchdown drive that they had.
13-7, Boston College in the lead. Sassaman barking those signals at quarterback. Keeps the ball, runs it, and picks up about 5 again. John Boza, the right tackle, made the stop on him. He has had 53 yards rushing. The Army quarterback in the first period at this pace, he'd have a miraculous 200-yard game. 100 is the hallmark for a good running back. Look at that, 53 yards.
What Boston College is doing, they're giving him that option. There are 3 different options here in this wishbone: the fullback, the quarterback, or the trailing halfback.
Army has not thrown a pass in the first period, and I think the clock ran out before they could get that snap away. That's the end of the first quarter. Alumni Stadium and the campus of Boston College with the score: Boston College 13, Army 7.